Now, moving on to the second story of the day. The second story of the day. Now, this one is awesome. That was the awful. This is the awesome. And it's about Gunna. We need more rappers to be like Gunna. We need less rappers selling products like Sexy Red, and we need more rappers to be like Gunna. Now, I know Gunna is a great rapper, talented artist, put out some really great songs. I know Gunna was called a snitch for a long time for what happened with the YSL trial. Seems like people are stepping away from that. It seems like people are realizing that maybe he didn't actually snitch. I'm not following that trial as closely as a lot of people are, so you let me know where Gunna stands on the snitch scale. I personally always felt like Gunna was the better rapper between him and Lil Baby. You know what I mean? But Gunna's doing something really, 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 really dope, and I hope it catches on for a number of reasons. I got a press release in my inbox about what Gunna's doing. So here's the press release. It says Atlanta rap icon and 4-time Grammy Award nominee Gunna has teamed up with the Black Music Action Coalition to launch the Gunna and BMAC 30349 Guaranteed Income Program. Guaranteed Income Program. All right, so this $500,000 initiative will provide a $1,000 monthly stipend to 30 families residing in the 30349 zip code of South Fulton, Georgia. Gunna and BMAC co-founder, president, and CEO Willie Prophet Stiggers are excited to announce that applications for the program are now open through the link here. I'll make sure to put that in this video, but this is dope. This is dope. I love it when people do food drives. I love it when people do back to school drives. I love when people give turkeys on Thanksgiving. This to me is where we need to be living. And I'll get to that point, but let's learn more about this awesome thing that Gunna's doing. The Guaranteed Income and Support Program builds on Gunna's ongoing efforts to enhance financial stability and quality of life in South Fulton community. It also complements BMAC's mission to combat poverty and create equal opportunities for Black and brown people across the country. Gunna, the mayor of South Fulton also had a statement on this. He says, as mayor of South Fulton, I am deeply committed to fostering economic opportunities and uplifting our community. The partnership between Gunna, BMAC, and the city of South Fulton represents a transformative step in addressing the economic disparities that some of our residents face. The Gunna and BMAC 30349 Guaranteed Income Program is not just an investment in our city's future, but a powerful example of how we can create meaningful change through collaboration and innovation. I am proud to support this initiative and look forward to seeing the positive impact it will have on families in our community. That's Mayor Khalid Kamal. Here's what Gunna said. When I launched Gunna's Great Giveaway, my goal was to uplift my hometown by providing resources that could make a tangible difference in at least one household. Partnering with BMAC to introduce the Guaranteed Income Program in South Fulton is a significant step towards enhancing these communities and transforming the economic landscape of the city. I love this. I love this so much. I love it so much. I'm going to read what Willie Prophet Stiggers has to say as well, and then I'm going to break down why I really rock with this. But BMAC's mission to achieve here's Willie. BMAC's mission to achieve systemic equity must begin with economic justice. Yes, Black Americans are too often locked out of critical opportunities and pathways to climb the socioeconomic ladder, despite being central to every cultural and financial movement in this country's history. Yes, partnering with Gunna to bring needed financial relief and, more importantly, mentorship and other services leading to a sustainable change is very powerful. Our organization will continue to partner with artists and others looking to put equity in action so our community can tap into its fullest potential. This is what I mean. This is what I'm saying, right? I mean, to me, this is the next level of collaboration across boundaries, right? And also, I think this is another way to gain more political influence. This is another way to invest in our communities, give people a leg up. But this basic income idea has been winning everywhere it's been tried. Everywhere it's been tried. Like, the results on basic income are incredible for what they do to at-risk populations and communities. Now, I look at the landscape and I see all this disruption in the tech space. I see all this disruption in entertainment, in Hollywood. I see all this disruption that's happening with AI. I see all this disruption that's happening, period, right? Driverless cars are on the way. We're going to need some universal basic income. Once all this AI makes all of these jobs less necessary. Now, of course, when things change, then there's new opportunities. This is fast. It's going to be drastic. You're going to have to put a lot of people in jail or unalive a lot of people or give people universal basic income so they don't just go breaking, robbing, stealing, unaliving. But this one is really interesting right here, right? Multiple countries have tested a universal basic income and it works. So they have different examples of how universal basic income has been implemented. There have been at least 160 UBI tests globally, according to the Stanford Basic Income Lab. About 2/3 of those tests have occurred in the US, but the largest and longest test is underway in Kenya. Since 2017, a charity is giving monthly payments of about 75 cents per day to over 20,000 Kenyans across about 200 rural villages. Where has UBI been implemented? Another example is Alaska. Most people don't realize this. Since 1982, the Alaskan government has given each citizen an annual check based on the state's oil production. Pretty good deal for Alaskans. The payout typically ranges from $1,000 to $2,000, but it reached as high as $3,200 in 2022. Right? I mean, that's significant. $3,000 a year just because you live in Alaska and Alaska has a lot of oil. That is a great thing to me, especially since these companies get so many tax breaks. Right. Now, here's a quick video. My man, Tony Robbins, he's talking about why we need some universal basic income.
People are talking about universal basic income. It's controversial because a lot of people say then people lose their incentive to do anything, and some people that's true. I personally think that we're going to probably need to do something of this nature if the changes happen so fast. I'll give you an example. Right now, if you just take truck drivers and Uber drivers and taxi drivers and replace them, it's 5 million people. Now, as a business owner, if I can buy a truck that can work 24 hours a day and never get tired, I get to depreciate the asset. Or I have an employee who I got to pay for healthcare for and he only works 7 or 8 hours and might get drunk. It's pretty obvious where this is going to go. So whether it's in 3, 5, or 10 years, we're going to see these changes. That's 5 million jobs. If you look at what's happening with satellites, with farming, it's going to eliminate another 4 or 5 million jobs. You take those two sectors alone, with technology coming in at some point, it'll disrupt more jobs than we had during the world economic crisis.
Yeah, I mean, he's 100% right. I mean, just the level, the speed of disruption from new technologies, from AI. This isn't they used to tell people, oh man, why don't you go learn the code? It's too late to learn the code now. UBI is dope. They tried it in Stockton, California. They were giving people $500 a month. They gave, underprivileged people $500 a month, no strings attached stipends, and it paid off. Here's the report that they came out with, right? So one of the things people think about is that people are going to just spend it on needles, drugs, guns, and alcohol, right? People spent the money on basic needs, including 37% on food, 22% home goods, clothes, and shoes, 10% auto costs, 11% utilities, less than 1% went to alcohol and or tobacco. You had guaranteed income enabled recipients to find full-time employment. Those who received guaranteed income of $500 a month went from part-time to full-time employment at more than twice the rate of those who don't. You want to get people jobs, allow them to pay their rent so they can relax and find one. Recipients of guaranteed income were healthier, showing less depression and anxiety and enhanced well-being. I had panic attacks and anxiety. I was at the point where I had to take a pill for it, and I haven't even touched them in a while. I used to carry them on me all the time. And then the guaranteed income alleviated financial scarcity, creating new opportunities for self-determination, choice, goal setting, and risk-taking. I could sustain myself until this new opportunity came around and I was able to take it. I mean, wherever you find studies around this, the impact is positive. You know what I mean? There's this channel I think I'm probably one of this guy's only 23 followers. I've been a follower for a minute. His name is John Munitz. He literally has 23 subscribers. But what he does, all he does is do updates on universal basic income. So he, every week, every couple of weeks, he comes back to this channel and he just says, hey, there's a new study that came out and here's how awesome the results are. So you can go to his channel and you can see it. Look, UBI, the golden ticket for young Americans. That's the one from yesterday. Means tested welfare from, campaign financial reform, drowning in dollars. But like he spends a lot of time covering UBI and updating what's happening with it. I think more people need to be, I think there needs to be more awareness around the success stories that's around basic income. And I think Gunna should hellified be celebrated for doing this. Gunna and BMAC and the city of South Fulton. And I think that this is a great model for more of us who pull our resources together to put funds together for situations like this. People who have the means to do this, people who have the partnerships that to be able to make this type of change. You put more money into the communities. You're working more. You're lifting communities out of poverty, and now we can galvanize our priorities, our resources as a people, and begin moving more in one accord. Whatever the long 400 years of history that set up certain situations when it comes to things like this. We know it takes money to get out. And Gunna is out here helping his community in a real way, in a progressive way, and in a way that, and with the speed of technological disruption, we need more advocates for programs like this. And I'm glad that Gunna is doing this. I think this is really dope. I'll put the link in there if anybody's in that zip code and wants to give it a shot. But Gunna should be commended, and I think we need more rappers like Gunna. My name is Justin Hunt. Like, subscribe to the channel. Follow at The Company Man on everything. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views us radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, y'all, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.